All right, everyone, this is experiment 2, potato osmosis. Again, I know it's reversed, but you can I'll put it in the comments. Experiment 2, potato osmosis. And so this one is just you're gonna take your potato and if possible, keep some of your potatoes, like only cut off a slice of it. There's actually a lot of things you can do with the potato. Some you can discover even accidentally. But this one, cut it into 2 or 3 relatively even-sized strips. So I found that if you get careful with your knife, but if you cut it up into a section like this or even smaller, and then try to get them about the same width and length, it's just easier to see changes in them that might happen in this experiment. And so we're going to do that in 3 different solutions. You could think of other ones to do as well. I just picked these and I gave some materials for them in the potato, but the rest of it is stuff you have in your house. So I'm going to use salt, sugar, and just plain water. If you have something called distilled water, you can try that out as well. But we're going to set up them and kind of observe them over time. And if you have them the same length and the same width, it's a little easier to see if they change. You can also tell based on their how they feel. So they start off feeling like a typical potato that is pretty rigid. And we're going to see how that changes, or if it changes, in this experiment. So all we're going to do is try to keep some of those variables constant. So I'm going to use this glass of water to make my solutions, and I'm going to go up to about a certain point in the cup that I just pick. If you have measuring cups and want to do half a cup of water, that's fine. I'm just using this so it's consistent. So I'm going to go up to my little line here. I'm going to put some in this container. The same thing for this one, and pour it in this container. And then one more over here in this container. So what I want to do is you want to make a solution. We're going to make a couple solutions today, another one in the next video. But you're going to make a solution. That all just means is when you're mixing in and dissolving the substances. And so again, we're not going to measure out specific amounts in terms of grams or pounds or something like that, but we will use, if you have like a tablespoon, you choose 1 or 2 of those. I'm just going to do kind of a typical spoon I use to fill up my coffee mug with coffee. And so I'm just going to put 1 spoonful of sugar in this pink one, and then I'm going to stir that around a little bit to get it to dissolve. Things will dissolve better when they're hotter. You don't have to heat this up, but it'll eventually dissolve. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Again, it's a rough estimate here, but of salt that you in my other container. So I'm going to make a little solution of salt. So I've got salt in my turquoise over here, just plain water, and my sugar over here in the red. You can continue to stir that if you want to. All you want to do is just observe and see what these are when you have them before they get put in water. I want you to put them in each of these solutions and let them sit there for, you can start off checking maybe in a half an hour, but you could let them go longer than that if you want to, and just to observe what are any differences that you see in those, and maybe what are other variables that you could change between these different potatoes. Go ahead and try that, and good luck with what you see.